Hey guys, it's Brian from Brian's Vinyl Records, and today I wanted to kind of do a casual video to give you an update on some of the things that have come in over the last few weeks here. As we know, Record Store Day is now behind us, and I hope everyone had a great time. If you caught my last video, I showed you all the records that I picked up there. But I've been picking up records over the last several weeks, but leading up to Record Store Day as well, and I kind of wanted to give you an idea of some of the things that I've been getting in the mail. First though, I want to give you a Record Store Day update, and that is I've got two more records from Record Store Day that came in. These were bought after Record Store Day, things that I just didn't get in my area, so I went out and looked for. First one I want to show you is this Kip Moore album. This is Kip Moore's Room to Spare album, and it's an acoustic album. So he put this out, I think, digitally late last year, and then decided to, for Record Store Day, put this out on vinyl, which I think is pretty cool. So here it is, Kip Moore, Room to Spare. It's got the first side is the acoustic release that he did, and the second side are what he calls the Kip Essentials, which have like, we got 5 songs from his catalog, his back catalog. So a pretty cool little release, and I'm very excited to have it. So Kip Moore, Room to Spare is the first one. The second Record Store Day release that I picked up after the fact is this one, and this is one that I didn't exactly know that I was gonna want, but I went out and picked it up for someone and then decided that I wanted a copy as well, and that is Seven Mary 3. And that's their album American Standard. Only 800 of these were pressed. 200 of them were on yellow vinyl, and then the rest are on, this is a black vinyl copy. So I haven't opened this yet. I'm going to open this a little later, hopefully today, and spin it for the first time, but very excited about this one. This is pretty good. The next one is another new release that came out. This actually came out the day before Record Store Day, so April 12th. And this is one that also came out Record Store Day in a special package, but I decided that I didn't need the special package. I would just go with the standard version. So I pre-ordered that, and that came the day before Record Store Day. And this is John Paul White, formerly of the Civil Wars. This is his second solo release since the breakup of the Civil Wars, called The Hurting Kind. This is a fantastic album. Really enjoyed this one a lot. A little different from his last solo release, which was a lot of acoustic stuff. This one is got full band stuff, a lot of electric stuff, but very fun. A good rockin' album. Love it. So if you like the Civil Wars, John Paul White, I'd check this one out. Very good. The next one I picked up recently came all the way from Canada in a 2 package. So the second one I'll show you here, but the first one, this is one that I really, the title song on this album is one of my all-time favorite songs, and remember when I was young, I bought a cassette single of that song, and I've had that for years, and I never got the album, and I've always wanted the album. I have one of his other albums, and it's fantastic, so I finally found a copy of this. This is Mike and the Mechanics, The Living Years. And if you don't know the title track, The Living Years, I highly recommend going out and listening to it. Fantastic song and a really good album. Very excited to finally get this in my collection. So this is Mike and the Mechanics, The Living Years, and part 2 of that package is the one I really was going after, and this is one of my grails that I've been searching for quite some time, and just to find the right price. And luckily I found that from one gentleman in Canada who actually is a follower of my Facebook page and one of the vinyl groups that I'm in as well. So thank you, Mark. This is the one and only Guns N' Roses GNR Lies album, and it is the one with the uncensored cover on it. It doesn't have the uncensored picture on the sleeve, but very cool to have this Canadian pressing. Guns N' Roses GNR Lies sounds great. It's an awesome record. Man, so many memories of playing Patience and Used to Love Her in my, we call them a garage band, but we played in a barn when I was in high school. And so one of the songs I constantly play to this day, Patience, is on this, and just an awesome record. So one of my grails finally got it. Very excited about this one. Oh, awesome album. The next one I want to show you that I picked up recently is an album that everybody knows, and I'm one of the only people in the world who probably had never heard it all the way through until recently. And I got this copy. It's a player's copy for sure, but I don't mind that. It doesn't bother me. So I just wanted to have this album, and I wanted to hear it for the first time in full, and I did, and I really enjoyed it. And that, of course, is the one and only legendary Pink Floyd's The Wall. Yes, it's true. I had never heard this album in full, even though I've heard many of the songs on here on the radio throughout the years. Never heard it in full before this. So I picked this up, and very cool. Great record. Not a real big Pink Floyd fan. In fact, I never listened to him growing up, and everybody has kept telling me I need to get into Pink Floyd, so I bought Dark Side of the Moon. Really enjoyed that one, and of course the next leap would be to get The Wall. So here we are with The Wall. Excited to have it. Enjoyed the heck out of it. So now I can say I listened to and heard The Wall and own it on vinyl. And the last one I want to show you today is just an album that I didn't know existed until recently. I posted on my Facebook and Instagram accounts the debut album from this band back in, I believe it was 1990 when it debuted. And it's a band that I fell into by accident when I forgot to decline my Columbia House featured selection back in the day. And the CD showed up one day. It was their second album. I listened to it. I actually really liked it, and it became one of my favorite albums. So I went out and bought their other album that was out at the time, their debut album, self-titled. And then I posted that on Instagram and Facebook, and they replied on Facebook to my post that I should check out their latest release, which I'm going to admit I didn't know existed. So I went out there, found it, and ordered it off Amazon, and it came the other day. And this is Every Mother's Nightmare Grind. Now, if you're not familiar, they sing a song called Love Can Make You Blind. That was their biggest hit, I think. They got some radio play back in the early 90s before grunge took over. But this is their latest. It came out in 2017. I think the vinyl is fairly new on this. I think it came out maybe last year. But just a fun album. These guys still rocking and rolling. In fact, they played here recently in my area, and I think they're coming again in June or July. So I'm going to try and see if I can't get out and see them live, because this is a band that not many people maybe know about, but they're fantastic hair type music band. I wouldn't know if I'd call them a hair metal band, but it's right in that area of time that they came out, and really good stuff. So this is Every Mother's Nightmare's Grind album, and just a really fun album. I really enjoyed this a lot. So those are the highlights. I will admit that I do get at least 2 to 3 albums a week by mail. I have another stack around here of albums that I did get recently, but these are cataloged over the last 2-3 weeks. So I didn't want to show them all in this video, but that's a good taste of the kind of stuff that I've been getting in lately. I'll hopefully come back again in a little while with another look at some albums. I got a few packages coming in from online sales and auctions, some used records that I picked up. So I'm really looking forward to getting those, and when those come in, I'll give you another video and show you the kind of stuff that I've got. So I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and remember to follow me on the social media. On Twitter, I am at Brian's Vinyl Rec, R-E-C. On Instagram, it's Brian's Vinyl Records, one word. And on Facebook, it's also just search for Brian's Vinyl Records. You'll find me there. Of course, you know about my YouTube page here by watching this video. But if you haven't, just search for Brian's Vinyl Records on YouTube. And I think that covers it. My blog is at briansvinylrecords.blogspot.com, and I also have that linked off my website, briansvinylrecords.com, so you can go there, check that out. Thanks for following. I hope you enjoy. If you like it, please go ahead and leave a comment below. Give it a thumbs up, and tell your friends about it. I hope to see you again next time. Until then, keep spinning, vinyl friends.